Very good afternoon, all of you. I think I'm audible to you all. Welcome you all in the third day of 5 days FDP program. Recent trends on application in data science organized by Sister Nivedita University, Department of Computer Science. Let me introduce you with this today's speaker. Today our speaker is Dr. Deepak Gupta. He is an eminent academician, plays versatile roles and responsibilities, community service, PhD, and postdoctorate expertise in teaching and 2 years of industry experience. He focuses on relational practical learning. He has contributed massive lecture in fields of human-computer interaction, intelligent data analysis, nature-inspired computing, machine learning, and soft computing. He is working as assistant professor at Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology, Delhi, India. He had served as editor-in-chief, guest editor, associate editor in ACI and various other reputed journals like IEEE, Elsevier, Springer, Wiley, MDPI. He has actively been an organizing and end of various reputed international conferences. He is not only backed with a strong profile, but his innovation idea, research and results, and notion of implementation of technology in the medical field is by and large contributing to the society significantly. He has completed his postdoc from IoT Research Group, National Institute of Health Telemedicine Group, GTE, University of Valladolid, UVA, Spain, in 2019, University of Federal in 2021, and PhD from Dr. ABA 2017. He has authored and edited 70 books with national and international level of publishers. He has published more than 330 scientific research publications in reputed international journals and conferences, including 213 CIACI Index Journal in Elsevier, Springer, IEEE, Wiley, and many more. He has also granted and published 8 patents. He is the recipient of 2021 IEEE System Council of Best Paper Award, highly cited paper award in Applied Science Journal. He has been featured in the top 22% scientist or research database in the world in 2019, 2020, 2022, and with rank 51 in AI and image processing. Rank 423 in India overall, and rank 8 grant of rupees 1.3 crore Indo-Russian joint call project proposal on multi-scale modeling of deformation behavior of carbon fiber reinforced high-end thermoplastic at COPI. He is associate editor of several journals with Elsevier, Wiley, and iOS Press. So I just want to request, sir, so just handovering the session to you. I'm stopping my screen share. Answer your co-host.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Somi, for introducing me. And I would first I would first I would like to thank the university for inviting me, and especially Somi Datta ma'am for inviting me for the session. So today Let me share my screen. Is it
Yes, sir, it's visible.
okay? So today I am going to give some insights on IoT. Basically, my domain is related to medical things. I have applied IoT with the medical applications. So today I am going to discuss with you what is IoT, what is the future of IoT, what are the main challenges related to IoT in different application domain, and what are the main challenges we are facing in the medical domain if we are using IoT, and how these challenges can be addressed. So the topic of my talk is IoT application and research directions. So, what is IoT? When I ask you a question, what is IoT? Then everybody maybe raise their hand that I know IoT, and everybody is heard about the word IoT. IoT is basically to connect all the things together on the network, and all the things will be connected. So, the CEO of Qualcomm basically defines the IoT as a as all the devices are connected on the web, and your mobile phone is act as a hub to control all those devices. So nowadays we are basically working on making everything smart. So the word smart is directly related to IoT. Everything we need to control by our mobile phone. So this is the IoT. When we are making the any object smart, then we need to include some type of IoT in that to make it connected with the internet, and we can control it via any up controlling devices. So let us start with IoT. IoT is basically the network of physical objects. We can call it things. The things are basically like you can say a sensor, a software, any technology that can be connected and exchange data with other devices and system over the network. Simply, we can say that taking all the things in the world and connecting them to the internet is your IoT device. IoT, like you can see in this image, all the devices. If we are connected all these things via internet, then this is known as IoT. So this is a projection of the IoT, how IoT has been growth up in our industry. So you can clearly see the growth of about 23.1% in and if we talk about the number of IoT devices that is used around the world, so this has been also increased from 2015 to 2025. In 2025, it will be the prediction that 75.44 billion IoT devices will be used worldwide. So every industry is chasing IoT, that we are that they are developing the wearable devices, and those devices will be used by the customers for their benefit. So why IoT? Why we are focusing on IoT? So this is an example. When we left our house, then we if we have forgot something, like in this example, a lady is go out from her house, and she is thinking that whether she switched off his AC or lights at the home or not. So this problem, to solve this problem, an IoT comes into picture. Uh, she can whatever she have forgot, she can check on her mobile device to check the mobile device has had an access to his home appliances, and she can view that the appliances when she left her home, then it is switch off or on. So this is all about the IoT and the how we can control it using your mobile phones. So IoT applications, IoT is basically used everywhere. Whatever you think, the IoT exists at that place, like in your vehicle, in your home, industries, logistics, healthcare, farming, everywhere, the IoT can be used. So this can be the future. that if your multiple objects are communicating with each other without you. This is the future of IoT, and this will be possible in the future that the objects, your home appliances are talking to each other and they will accomplish the work assigned to them. So, what all things are included in the IoT? So basically, IoT includes data analytics, it includes quantum computations, it includes biotechnology, it includes robotics. Everything is IoT. Okay. So IoT is basically the connection of different things. So how it impacts your life. So basically, it have a today every consumer, every human being is basically using one or more different IoT devices. Like whenever you left your house and going to a particular destination, then you always own a GPS system in your cars. So by GPS, you can track that which path you can follow to reach the destination in the lesser time. So to avoid the congestion, we are using this. So this is an IoT device which you are using in your home. So there are many multiple devices. I have listed some of them in this presentation. So you can, so that you can be aware of what are the different devices that you can use or you are using already using in your daily life. This is an example of GPS system which you are using when you want to go to any particular distance. This is a timer initially for any type of mixer or grinder. You are basically, there is no timer in the device, and you will be watching a clock that how much time is left. Okay, now the timer is already exist in the device itself. So this is the changing using IoT devices. So there are some definitions of IoT by different industry. Like EU gives a definition of IoT as a global network infrastructure linking physical and virtual objects through the exploitation of data captures and communication capabilities. As per ITU, International Telecommunication Union, and IoT is a global infrastructure for the information society, enabling advanced services by interconnecting things based on existing and evolving interpretation, information, and communication technology. IETF can be defined as an IoT is a worldwide network of interconnecting objects uniquely addressable based on standard communication protocol. These are the different definitions that has been provided by different industry. What they are basically thinking of IoT is. IEEE defines IoT as a network of items, each embedded with sensors which are connected to the internet. Wikipedia defines the IoT as a network of physical objects, vehicles, home appliances, and other items embedded with electronic software, sensors, actuators. So these are the definitions provided by different portals. I have accepted the information from different portals. Now, the different devices, where we are using IoT. IoT can be used in smart farming, as you can see. For smart farming, we can use some type of sensors to get the health of the animals which will be used in smart farming. Like a smartwatch, if you are wearing a smartwatch for elder, then it can determine many things of going on using that smartwatch. A fork, this type of fork can be used to track your eating habits, and you can improve your eating habits by using this type of IoT device. This is a smart toothbrush which can be used basically to increase your hygiene. Basically, how much you are doing, how much time you are taking to brush your teeth. So these are a device which can predict your hygiene. These are tray which can detect that the egg is eatable or not. So to determine the eggs using this smart device. So there are many opportunities for using IoTs in every industry, as we have already discussed earlier. Now, how you can develop an IoT device? The development of IoT device will be using these steps. First is things, data acquisition module, data processing module, and communication module. Things are basically the object which you want to control. Data acquisition is basically the information received by a thing, and you need to convert it information to digital form. Okay, just to convert an physical signal into digital signal. Data processing, whenever you get a digital data from data acquisition module, then you need to process that data. You need to do some type of analytics to determine the performance of that particular device. And the communication medium is to transfer the data to the second device, or you can see, you can transfer the data, you can store the data in the cloud using this communication medium. So we will discuss each part one by one, and what are the different devices which we are using in each step of an IoT device to build a particular IoT device. Things are basically which you want to control or monitor, can be integrated into a smart device, and it need to be connected to the internet to be smart. Okay. So things in IoT can be categorized into three parts. First is things that can collect information and then send it. The things that receive information and take some action, and the things which can do both the operations. So there are three type of things which are used in IoT, and according to your requirement, you can choose which particular type you will be using. Like sensors, sensor is basically is used to collect the information and then transfer the information. Actuator is basically to receive the information and take some action. Action means it can rotate a motor, it can rotate a fan, means to take some action on a physical device. And the things which can do both are the third category of these things. These are complete layout of what are the sensor and actuator, what are the working of sensor, what are the working of actuator. So basically sensor, like a temperature sensor, detect heat, then it sends the data. As sensors is basically used to collect the information and send. And the information will be sent to the control center. Control center is basically convert the signal received from the sensor into the information, and it will be send the information to the actuators. Actuators basically receiving the information from the control center and take some action. Okay, so this is the working of sensor and actuator. So depending on your requirement, you need to choose which IoT device you want to use as per your requirement. Second second mode is data acquisition mode, where the data has been received and you need to convert the data into digital form. So the focus is to convert the data into digital form. It includes converter, analog to digital converter, scaling, prediction, different. The main parameters that can be used is what physical signal do I need to measure. Okay, means what type of sensors is sending the information, how many sensors are there, how fast it will measure the real-time data. Okay, this is not the sample rate. What are the accuracy of that particular device? It is a sensor accuracy. Now, the third is data processing. Once you get the data in digital form, then you need to process, you need to analyze that particular data. So for analysis, you have some type of parameter like processing power of your system. How many sensors do you need to read? Do you need to perform real-time control? Does your application needs to perform analytics at the edge? Edge is basically, we have a cloud computing. Cloud computing, we have a edge computing. Edge computing is basically if we are processing the information at a local level, then it is your edge computing. So you need to have the processing power to perform the analysis part at the edge. Do you have enough processing power to support future software's upgradation and releases? And what are the size constraint of your device? The local storage, how much data can be stored in your local storage? So it basically depends on the cloud which you are using. So this is a data processing module, and these two type of devices will be used for processing their data: microprocessor, microcontroller. And the difference between is this: microcontroller is basically includes all the things in a chip, But in microprocessor, only the CPU is on the chip, and input, output, and other things are separately. So basically, if we are using a smart device, then the microcontroller will be useful as it is a very compact as compared to NPU. Now the communication module is basically when you get the analysis part and you need to send that data into your cloud, then you need to use this communication module. Now, what are different hardware and software used to construct an IoT device? So these are the hardware categories. Three type of hardware we will use: basic component, wearable devices, and development board. Basic component is already we have discussed sensors and actuators. These are the sensors. Sensors is basically used to sense something and to send the data. And these are type of sensors: temperature sensors, humidity, pressure, proximity. These are type of sensors which we can use. Actuators are basically when actuator receives the information and takes some action. Okay, so it can be either electrical motor, anything physical object which you need to control. It is actuators basically. Wearable devices, so everybody knows, everybody have a smart watch. So these are the wearable devices which automatically collects the data, analyzes the data of your personal health activities and all the external factors depending on the features that a smart watch is having. Development board, when you are constructing a IoT device, then you need to have a board on which you need to fabricate all the controller and all the software things. So these are the different boards: Arduino, Raspberry Pi, Node, MCU, ESP32 boards. So here difference between these development boards. So as per your requirement, as per your basic requirement of constructing any IoT devices, you can choose any one of these boards depending on their advantages and disadvantages. The software which we can use is there are many softwares which we can use. Either it is specific to platform or it is specific to languages. So I have been extracted all these softwares in using a paper. It is a paper published in 2017. Create your own IoT, a survey of IoT platforms, IEEE Consumer Electronics. So here you can see the IoT software can be either platform dependent, can be either language department. So you can see what are the platform softwares and what are the language softwares which we can use. Generally, ThinkSpeak we can use for as a platform IoT software to construct the IoT devices. Now, how IoT is used by our industry. So now industry is basically, we have divided the industry depending on their evolution: 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and industry 4.0 includes the IoT basically. 1.0 is basically the mechanical work. All the industry is working on a mechanical part. There will be big machines and all the machines will be handled manually. Then industry 2.0 is basically using electrical power, using electricity. We are running our industry machines and all the mass productions will be done. Industry 3.0 is basically we are controlling the machine using computer devices. Okay. And industry 4.0 is basically we are making the factory smart, and using IoT devices, we can control our machines. Okay. So these are the evolution of industry, and industry 4.0 is basically nothing is, it is nothing special about industry 4.0. It is just a IoT. If we include IoT part in our industry, then it is industry 4.0 automatically. Now, these are the layers of different IoT devices which we can already discuss. But this slide is basically to differentiate the layers which we are using. Sensing layer includes the sensors and actuators. Communication layer is basically to communicate. Management layer is to data analysis part, and application layer is basically where we can use that particular IoT device in industry. Now, applications of IoT can be used in many different applications. Like I have listed some of the slides. Like in healthcare, you can use the IoT where the different devices is used to monitor your health, and that data can be sent to the doctors or to anyone who wants to analyze your health. And the every patient will be basically share the prescriptions as per their health. Agriculture, we are using IoT devices to determine the weathers, to determine how much water is needed in the farm. Uh, there are many things which we can monitor: air, weather, crop monitoring. So these are done by using IoT devices. Different sensors we are having, and all those data can be captured on our server, and we can analyze that using our softwares, IoT softwares. Education, we can use our IoT devices like to take attendance using RFID tags. We automatically the attendance will be stored in our database, and we can fetch that particular thing using smart attendance systems. Library, also we can use IoT devices for tracking of all the books and all the things. Traffic, traffic, you are using the IoT devices. There are different cameras are installed and automatically plan system, GPS, parking, everything is IoT. Smart home, all the appliances in a home can be controlled by our mobile phone. All the appliances are smart. Okay. Retail system, when you are going to the shopping cart, then whatever you have shopped, there is some tags, and automatically the tag will be scanned, and your payment will be done automatically. Okay. So this is in detail. Now, coming to the advantages, the IoT is used to basically to improve the customer engagement. It is used for technology optimization, for reduced waste, and for enhancing data collection. And where a disadvantage is basically the main issue in IoT is the security and privacy. Okay, so this is a main challenge of using an IoT devices to make it secure and to prevent its privacy. Complexity, we need to manage during design and deployment and maintenance. We need to simplify the complexity of an IoT device. And compliances between different business modules and policies. We need to have some type of uh, challenges when we may consider standard software compliance rules and policies. Now, the cloud, where the collected information can be stored, the cloud servers, the cloud can be the main cloud provider is Google, Amazon, IBM, Microsoft. Cloud, I am not going to detail into the cloud computing. Just for this development models. Basically, when you are storing your information on the cloud, then you have to know that which type of cloud you are using. These are the different categories of cloud: private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. So depending on your requirement, you need to select any one of the cloud server, and you can use for your IoT devices the particular cloud development model. And using the selected development model, you need to choose the service like uh, this service model. So SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS, these are the service models which are basically associated with the selection of your cloud development server. So I'm skipping this. There are now challenges of using an IoT devices. As I already discussed with you that IoT, the main challenge of using IoT or constructing an IoT device is basically the security, privacy are the main challenges, the quality of service, data encryption, network issues, okay, object naming, data conversion. These are the main challenges of using an IoT devices. Now, the what are the need of doing a research, and what are the scope of using an IoT? Like day by day, the population is increasing. So there is a prediction that there will be 6.3 billion people to live in a city by 2050. So there is increase in everything. We need to increase the infrastructure. We need to increase the energy. We need to increase the water resources. We need to increase the traffic. Traffic is also increased. So we need a solution to tackle all these problems. Okay, we need to tackle to basically how we can increase the infrastructure in a city so that all the people will be freely use all the infrastructure. The energy demand, how we can meet the energy demand of all these people. Okay, the water resources, how we can meet the water resources. The traffic, how we can control if we have a sudden increase in a vehicle. Okay, the parking problem, how we can manage the parking problem of this population. So these are the these are the challenges that will be coming soon in coming years, which we need to face, and there is a scope of handling these challenges now. So you can do the research. These are the scope of research. Public safety, as the people will be increasing, then there will be a safety issue also occurs in our basically home and every nearby neighboring city or location. Lightning problem, like in a park or in a street light, there will be a lightning problem also. We need to handle. So these are the research directions of using IoT, like smart weather monitoring. We can work on smart water tank monitoring, smart baby monitoring, smart attendance, smart parking, smart health, smart home. So these are the different anything, anything which you want to control using IoT is a smart thing. So everything you can think, and with that thing you can connect. You can try to connect an IoT. It will be a problem. It will be a future research direction. So these are recent paper that has been published on IOMT. It is a survey paper for IoT for medical things. So in this paper, we have discussed some open issues of using IoT devices in medical domain. Basically, the first issue is security and the cost. Okay, the cost and security is the main challenge to of using an IoT in a medical domain. There are many personal healthcare IoT applications are available for elderly people, but due to lack of knowledge, as the elder people is not a user friendly of those devices. So this is the second challenge: how we can basically uh, give knowledge to them, or we can say कि, we can make a device more simpler to use. Okay, to resolve this issue. The lack of an automatic data recovery system can be the reason of a failure of the system. Okay, due to expensive sensors or the IoT system, common people refuse to use it. As this is related to cost. Okay, some applications or sensors should reduce in size. Delay in decision making by the system in emergency may result in loss of information. There may be some delay connectivity issues or something. So we can have some type of loss of data, so that if we have loss of data, then results may not be accurate. Some sensors have an environmental impact on them, so they are unable to capture accurate data, and hence decision making will be wrong. Lack of internet connection or slow internet connection, unable to transfer data to the cloud, and also unable to process as well as analyze data. So this is the main problem of using an IoT devices, that if there is no internet or slow internet, then some data will be lost, and the prediction data analysis will be basically are low. Personal healthcare IoT application for smartphones loads down the system for a while when analyzing the data. So these are the different open issues that can be arises when you are using an IoT device for medical domain. So this is all about this IoT and how you can design an IoT device. How what are different steps you are using? What are different smart IoT devices you are using in your daily life? So I hope you gain some little knowledge regarding IoT, and you will be start working on IoT devices for betterment of mankind. So these are the list of the journal with which I am associated as an associate editor. So I welcome you to submit your paper related to data science or IoT or any paper related to computer science. So, and these are the book series that I am editing. So I welcome your book proposals for these book series. Couple of books from elsewhere, CRC, TUTER, and Penn. So thank you so much. I once again thank Sister Nivedita University and Dr. Somi for inviting me for this presentation. And thank you so much. If anybody is having any question, then they are welcome.
I request all of you that if you are having any question, please type in the chat box. So there is a question by Dr. Saurabh Chattopadhyay. How do we ensure that data collected from IoT devices, whether it is medical or agricultural IoT, are accurate and proper? Hello, am I audible, sir?
Now you're audible. Can you repeat the question?
Yes, yes. How do you ensure that data collected from IoT devices, whether it is medical or agricultural IoT, are accurate and proper?
Actually, the information that we are collecting from the sensor, we need to have some expert who can analyze the information that has been collected is accurate or not. We, as a computer scientist, we are not an expert in particular field, like in a medical domain or an agriculture domain. We need to include or we need to consult an expert in particular field if and we need to take the help from that person to analyze that the data which we have received from the sensor is accurate or not. So there is no technology which can predict that the data collected is accurate or not, but we have techniques that the data which has been collected can be analyzed properly. But if the data is wrong, then our system will analyze the wrong information. So we need an expert still to check the accuracy of our data.
If there is any more queries, I request all the participants to type in the chat box.
If anybody is having any query or any doubt, then they can
So
also
there
send
is
me an
another
email.
question that what are the security threats in case of IoT devices?
Security devices, security threat is basically that when you are using an IoT, it means you are communicating with different devices and different people. Then there may be some type of hacking problems or some type of breaches or some type of DDoS attacks which can happen when we are communicating the data between different devices. As you know that the data is collected and we need to send that data using any communication medium. So the data that has been collected to basically related to healthcare. If we are talking about healthcare, then it is a very personal information that has been collected by the sensor. So if that information can be leaked, can be hacked, or can have some type of attack on that information and can be seen by any third party, then it will be very dangerous for the consumer. So it there in every domain there is different type of security issues. I have discussed with the medical domain security issues. So we need to deal with these type of issues.
Thank you, sir. There is another question. Is there any sensor that can sense poisonous gas?
I need to check actually. I don't know this. What are the type of sensor?
Okay, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
there is another question. Which is the best application of what you refer for smart homes?
Actually, you are not audible now. Hello.
Yes, sir. Am I audible to you? Which is the best application you refer us to smart homes?
Actually, your voice is. Can you write in the chat?
Yes, sir. I'm typing in the chat box. There are a few queries. I'm typing in the chat box.
Mhm.
Sir, I've given in the chat box. You can see.
Okay.
Sir, kindly check this chat box. I have given you the question.
Okay. Which is the best application you refer us to smart homes? Uh, the best home application you can use a Samsung, maybe a Samsung Smart Thing app, or you can say the UB app by Fibaro, or maybe Amazon Alexa is also be a smart home app which you can use.
So there are another two questions in the chat box. You can see that is there any standard protocol for secure access of data from IoT devices?
Is there any standard protocol?
Sir, there is another two questions in the chat box. Is there any standard protocol to secure the access data from IoT devices?
Okay. Uh, there to IoT data protocol is basically there are the different protocols you can use. MQTT, the protocol you can use, or maybe you can use COAP protocol, which you can use as a security protocol. So
Okay, thank you, sir. There is another question. Which data science tools are most useful and popular currently?
data science tools.
Yes, which is related to IoT.
Okay, data science tools. You can say ThinkSpeak is a platform which can be used for constructing an IoT device, or you can say it can be used by different. It can be used in combination with any language like C, C++, Python, or Prolog. Uh, so these are the different. Or you can say you can also use RStudio for as a data science tool for writing your code.
Okay, sir, there is another question.
Mhm.
Why we are unable to improve our computing power since after 1936?
Since after 1926.
36, it is mentioned by some of the
Maybe the question maybe like why still we are not having some type of powerful processor in
Yes, yes.
implementing our these in implementing our code or in implementing our softwares. So actually, we are having the powerful devices for our implementation, but it will be very costly. So the projects that we have approved by any DST, basically we have approvals for using the higher computing devices, but we need to identify the venue where we can approach and from where we can use those devices. Like I have approved a DST project, and they are giving me the access of IIT and IIITs to access the devices whatever I need it to implement our project.
So there is another few questions I have given also in the chat box. How could
You can
5G
also
cellular network?
you can also send an email to me for the questions that are left. I will reply you on that.
Okay, okay, sure, sir.
Yeah.
So if you have any more question, please reach us, and definitely we will forward it to sir also if you want. And also sir has shared the mail ID. Directly you can mail him. So sir, I'm asking the permission from you that I'm sharing my screen. Your screen share has stopped.
Yes.
Yes. So this is a small token of appreciation from the Sister Nivedita University, SNU India, Department of Computer Science. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you.
enlightening
Thank
us.
you.
And in future also regarding the different publication and for future collaboration, we will look for you and we will be inviting you for our next technical sessions. Thank you, all of you. For tomorrow, we are having some hand-on session. We will be sharing some of the information in the uh, WhatsApp group also. So kindly, you can take your preparation for tomorrow. And tomorrow we are having two sessions starting from 3 p.m. So thank you all of you. We will meet you again tomorrow on 3 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.